Awesome.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yas Daily Show. We bring you the juicy stuff on crypto adoption, and when we're not doing that, we like to motivate, educate, and build one another through shared knowledge and success. It's an awesome thing to be doing, if you ask me.
Hey, what better way to leave?
Hey, man. There are many nice ways to live. For example, we're giving away $500 worth of Cardano. You could use it to live your life
$500.
You could use that to live your life in a couple of interesting ways, if you ask me. Once we get to 5,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, dude, I can't talk this morning. We'll be picking two winners, $250 each. Once we get to 5,000 subscribers, all you have to do is to like and subscribe to be entered. Okay, Kenny?
Markets are interesting, actually, quite interesting. Lots of some sideways movement, but lots of crazy movement upwards.
Right.
I would say the market dominance when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum is actually coming down. As we've said before, we are going through the alt season at the moment. A lot of folks are saying that folks are probably going to sell out by September, and we'll be back to the to the Bitcoin season after September. But we'll find out more about that. The gas fees right now for Ethereum is super high, it's at 74. So this is probably going to be some good news for Cardano when Cardano releases its smart contracts. On the other side, 2.2 trillion market cap. This is very healthy. This is strong. This is consistent, and it's currently 2.1% upwards. Bitcoin on the other side, on the other end, we did a video yesterday. We didn't get it out, but we said that Ethereum is taking over, and both Bitcoin and Ethereum are actually going through a process where they are no longer mirroring each other.
A decoupling phase.
The coupling approach right now.
Right.
Ethereum is outpacing Bitcoin in terms of volume. Volume is still there though, but it's catching up at a very, very fast rate. Cardano on the other side is slowing down. It's currently at $2.83. The past 7 days, the volume has gone down a little bit. But we know that the smart contracts is coming up September 12th, so we're looking forward to some major movement on that. So this is some good time to enter into the coin. Folks are saying it might go down to 255, but who knows? Solana is the big guy in the news right now. It was up as far as almost $130. It's currently at 115. My plan was to buy more at 100, so I missed that. But I'm going to try to put a buy order in at 100. Dogecoin, looking interesting. The belief is that it's going to go to 50 cents, maybe $1 by the end of the year. So I just put in some more order for Doge, not just because I believe in the coin, just because I believe that there's something interesting coming up with Doge very soon.
Absolutely.
And then of course,
I have a question for you though. What makes you say it's going to go up to 50 cents?
So there is being an initiative that has been activated by, of course, Elon Musk,
Right.
to convert Doge from a meme coin to an actual functional coin, a token. Once that get released, it's gonna be a lot of noise. We've not heard anything about it, and of course, this is the way Elon moves. He keeps quiet for a long time, and boom, you hear a crazy ass noise about some development. So
I prefer he stays quiet. Shiba Inu, your Cybertruck has moved 8.6% away from you today.
that's the funny part about it. So the token actually have a smart contract. It has a functionality.
Right.
It's taking away some of my Ethereum and my bones. But does that mean I should give up? I say I'm going to double up.
Oh, okay.
This is how you take the risk. So I'm going to buy some more.
Buy more. I mean, hey, look, man. I don't think
This
it's
is
gonna go
lows.
to. I don't think it's gonna go to zero, because even if you try to go to zero, Kenny is gonna keep buying them. I might have to join you, bro. Man. Hey, we could carry a coin, bro. We could carry a whole coin. Think about that. So, jumping into the crypto news here, man. I think this is gonna be a fun one today. Let's begin with billionaire portfolio manager John Paulson says crypto assets will go to zero. You know, look, I know this is one of those situations where you expect me to roast this guy, but I don't want to roast this guy, Kenny, because you see, you have to listen to both sides of the story, man. Some people could be somewhere saying something, and maybe they have a valid point, right? But we could be so focused on the fact that we're going to the moon right now with everything that we may not be looking at the fact that we may be coming back down to the ground. So let's see what Mr. John Posen has to say. Billionaire investor and portfolio manager John Posen has weighed in on the crypto debate, saying that digital assets are too volatile and have no intrinsic value. What did you say to that?
Can I say something real
Jump
quick?
in, man. Get some words in.
First thing first,
Right?
that title billionaire investor is going to be in your title in the next decade. In our title in the next decade.
Dude, please, in the next decade, man. This decade.
Yeah, well, in this decade, yeah. In this decade, yeah. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But the interesting part about all of this is this: because he's a billionaire, folks want to listen to him. All right, listen to us from that point of view. When it says no intrinsic value, that means that he has not educated himself about crypto assets.
Absolutely.
No. Yes, some crypto assets will go to zero. Some, not all. That will be my correction. But when you talk about intrinsic value, the values is coming. Unless the government becomes some authoritarian government and says, "Oh, you are not allowed to run smart contracts," or that we're going to tax you to hell, I don't see that happening, unfortunately.
Well, you see, I think that this is one of those cases where maybe he just wants attention. But if he's being serious, I think that he's horribly uneducated when it comes to cryptocurrency, and it will probably be nice to actually spend time learning about it before someone actually writes a whole article about it. But interesting stuff there.
Yeah, I was actually having a chat with my Dr. Michael Thomas
Right.
the other day about the same article about 2 days ago.
Right.
And basically I said, this is what we've read in the book. I'm actually reading some of those books right now. Is that institutional investors like this send out fraud in the market. Because for them to be able to manipulate the stock market, they need to scare retail investors, paper hands out of the market so that they can have majority shares. So if they dump, the price goes down. If they buy, the price goes up. But you're buying late. They already bought early. And that kind of manipulation is the strategy that is used by big hedge funds, by big institutional investors, so that they scare you out. They get in. They own majority of the coins.
Well, interesting situation. Guys, tell us in the comments below, where do you think crypto is going? Is it going to go to zero?
To the moon!
Or to the moon? I think we're going to the moon. Speaking of going to the moon, this is appropriate. Solana could easily 3x from here, says partner at Spartan Capital. If you've been watching Solana over the past couple weeks, not maybe just a couple weeks ago, Solana was at $30. I'm salty because I did not get in early.
Ben, the god of crypto, mentioned it to us at $18, and we just totally ignored him. And then I got in at $70. I didn't even get in that much. I was like, let me just listen to him a little bit. This thing has gone up, man. So yeah, it did go up to almost $130, like I mentioned earlier yesterday. It is pulled back. I should have set a buy limit order at 100 because I know it was going to come back down, but I missed it. It's currently at 115, so I need to try to get in there and get some on Binance, by the way.
This is the thing, man. I think if you want to get in, now is the time to get in. This is just saying this to you. This is not financial advice, but I think the price target for this thing is $500 in the near future, man.
Yeah, because of the functionality that you can get on the Solana platform.
This is
just like Paulson said earlier, there's no intrinsic value. Have you been on Solana to see what those guys are doing up there?
Look, man, I know the hype is gonna follow it.
Okay. Have you been on Axie Infinity to see how the new generation of video games is gonna take place?
No, true. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen, but here's my thing, bro. I'm not even gonna waste my time with talking about people who are not spending time to educate themselves on crypto, because that's the disservice to people who are really interested in it.
I would say some of it is age, because for the longest, my dad didn't want to get involved in computers.
Right, I understand that.
Man,
there'll be old people that will not get into it, but my whole thing is, when someone does not learn it and they take time to write an article about this person who is being an illiterate about the subject matter, right? But they write an article about him because he's a billionaire. It just tells you the condition of things. But Cardano voluntarily hacking. So Cardano Foundation partners with HackerOne for new bug bounty program. So the Cardano Foundation has announced a massive bug bounty program for ethical hackers who can find vulnerabilities in the Cardano platform. So you get the gist of what is going on here. Cardano is going through some rigorous testing. They're putting their product out there, man, to essentially go through every sort of testing that can possibly be thrown at it, right?
Yeah.
From ethical hackers. I mean, this is I mean, they're really trying to build a solid product here. What do you think?
Yeah, Google used to do that in the early days. I'm not sure if they still have those programs, but in the early days of Google, I remember in the 2000s.
I went to one of the hackathons.
Yeah. Google had those. I've not seen the last time Microsoft had one, and I know the Pentagon does that too once in a while. So yeah, that's really good news. This is how you strengthen your system to avoid hacking. And again, talking about intrinsic value. When you invest in something like this, it strengthens your intrinsic value. Yeah.
It has, I think it has a purest form of value. It's backed by people's actual cash. So
yeah, there
is that. Anyway, moving on to some Scribble analysis. We're going to start off with Bitcoin trading at $47,693. Okay, Kenny, this one is really interesting because, especially in the video which we recorded yesterday, which never made it because Adobe decided to crash multiple times, but you called it, that this Bitcoin was going to be running through this channel here, and for the past how many days now, ever since we put those support and resistance lines, it's been cruising through. Go for it.
I would say I should again humble myself. This is several months of learning how these Fibonacci extensions work, and also understanding the statistical analysis behind how these channels work, how the price action works, and so on and so forth. This is good movement. It's consolidating. It definitely is slowing down. The volume has slowed down, and again, it's alt season, right? Folks are jumping onto that, but BTC is still bullish. The price action is still above the 50 and 200 moving average. The RSI is not over, but even though the TTM squeeze is squeezing downwards, it might not squeeze down for too long. It might just start picking up because now it has touched the bottom of the support line, and it might not just be the time for it to start moving up.
Absolutely. Well, when this man says, just to humble myself, okay, what he's saying is, we told you all this shit a long time ago, man. He put it there already. He told you be moving through the channel. The TA is solid, man. Good job, sir. I like it.
Thank you.
Moving on to some Ethereum. Ooh, that is beautiful. $3,536. You know, I think that this is one of those points where if we succeed to cross it, Ethereum is going to be going for a run. Has been moving through that channel as well. Your thoughts, sir?
Hey, yesterday's video again. It's very frustrating that it didn't go out.
Dude,
said
that had me. There was a breakout there. We spoke about that breakout in that video.
Yep. And the good part though is that we mentioned it in the 6'6", what's it called? The Facebook channel that we on. And I mentioned that the next candle was gonna open above the current candle, and it was gonna go for this resistance line that we have here, the purple line, which we had in our video yesterday, and it's done exactly that. Again, just gotta humble yourself to see that your technical analysis actually does work out. Now that it's reached that major resistance level, it's gonna be now the psychological aspect of this. Are people gonna take profits? The day traders, the swing traders, gonna take profit and wait for another downturn? So now we're at a second stage, which is now between the purple and the yellow line. So I'm not sure if it's gonna go sideways or just pop right above it. Right now, the buying pressure on the RSI is pointing upwards. It's not overbought yet. TTM is squeezing upwards. Volume is going up. It's still above the 50 and 200 moving average. This guy is ready to blast for that next Fibonacci line, which is what you have there with the blue line, with the Fibonacci extension. That's going to be the next resistance. I think it might continue. It might open a little bit sideways, but it's going for that.
Absolutely.
And
well,
that's funny though. That's actually hidden resistance. It's not a major resistance right there.
That is true. It is at a resistance point, but it's looking good. I think it's gonna break through there and it's gonna keep going up in the next couple days. Also, considering we're approaching the weekend when contracts expire, that stuff tends to run up as well. Cardano, we have 3 markers here where we believe that we're going to see a pullback with Cardano. I believe that it was going to come down to $2.03, and Kenny had a target around $2.47. cents to 45 cents, somewhere around there, and of course that Facebook group, $2.30. But so far, Cardano seems to be holding. Now, I would also point out we did just get that exit signal there, so it's not too late. We might see a serious pullback on Cardano there. Go ahead.
It already tried to pull back to my point twice.
Right.
I was off by 1 cent.
Right.
It's pulling back again, but I don't think it's gonna pull back all the way because I had a buy order at 253 because I wasn't sure if it was gonna make it all the way down. For some reason, my order did not trigger. So now I'm like, this thing looks really strong, but the RSI is moving downwards, the TTM squeeze is moving downward, but it's done that several times and never made the major downward movement. So I am thinking of a 20 or so % downward movement. So I'm putting it at 253 now. Actually, I changed my order to 275. I don't care. It's a long-term plan. So I'm like, let's just put it right there.
I think it's gonna pull back about 25% from where it is right now.
Yeah, it could.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put an order for 275. It's a long-term purchase. I'll buy more once it gets there.
Awesome. Hey, I think that is looking pretty solid so far. I still again, my target is still at that $2.03 to $2.06. I think it's going to pull back to at least that point before we continue to move up.
You have to remember this though. This is September 1st. We are 12 days away. It might not get there in 12 days, which is why I changed my order from 253 to 275 because we only have 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'll be patient. I'll be patient with that one. I'm still gonna hold my target right there at 2 or 3. Right. Before we leave, worthy mention Solana. I just want to take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this run up. I mean, that is insane. So if you had Solana from the beginning of time, you are now up 361%. A little cool fact there for you before we close this one up. Isn't that impressive?
Someone said it doesn't even have intrinsic value. Well,
hey,
tell the folks that invested in Solana that
it's doing its thing. Anyway, it's been a fun one. Any final thoughts, sir, before we close this one out?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Until next time, Chevron Present out.
Thank you. Double O.